What is going on, guys? Dotson Fit here. I don't think I've given you guys a good update in a while. So my cut is, if you guys didn't know, my cut is officially done. I just killed shoulders today. All right. So my plans for this next bulk, I got a good strategy. My goal now is to win my Natty Pro card next year, my next show. So if I have to win the local show first, because I can't just go to a better show, I have to qualify. So let's say I win the show locally, which I have a good chance of doing because I got second last year. I brought up my weak points like crazy that last bulk. It was my shortest bulk I've ever done, but I pushed my food so much that bulk, and it helped clearly. So now my goal is to win my Natty Pro card, obviously. If I do that, my goal right now, guys, is to stay natty for as long as I can. Obviously, I want to hop on something real soon. I want to right now, but it's not smart to do that quite yet. I'm still too young. For you guys out there, if you're younger than me, 22, you should not be hopping on it. No fucking point. Unless you're a fucking C-bum who obviously has amazing genetics. Because C-bum and all of them, they were told by their coaches, you need to take this super seriously. That's why they hopped on it so early. But guys like me, it's like I have potential, but I want to see where I go. So yeah, that's my plan next year. So I'm reversing out right now out of my cut. Increasing carbs about 20 to 30 grams this week. So I did that last week too. I'm going to keep it the same for this week. That's my strategy so I don't get too fat. Now, my last bulk, I did get a little too fat. That's the whole point of me cutting down right now. That's why I did that cut. It was about 3 months. So it only takes me about 3 months to get pretty sliced. Because my body holds a lot of water in my off season, which is a good thing. So it makes you stronger too. So, but this bulk is probably gonna be the same length, 6 to 8 months. I'm gonna start in August or start in mid-July-ish. So my goal for this bulk is to my first strategy is to overtrain my shoulders like crazy. Now, I do not recommend overtraining, for over more than a year. It's really good to overtrain your weak points for about 6 to 8 weeks. So I'm going to be training shoulders about 3 times a week. I'm going to make sure I split them. I always do shoulders on Monday. If I do it 3 times a week, one has to be on a Monday. So Monday is a shoulder day, then Thursday, and then I'll hit a little bit on Saturday. Now that's my goal. That's my plan for shoulders. My shoulders have definitely got bigger. Because this last bulk I didn't do 3 times a week, but I did twice. But I pushed the hell out of them. Had one heavy day, then one day strictly isolation for the mid delt and rear delts. So because my front delts, for when you're doing chest and everything, your front delts, they get hit more often than the other 2 parts of the shoulder. So you always want to take, especially if you have a weak point in your shoulder, it's good to have that extra day to focus just on that. So also for chest, my biggest weak point still right now is upper chest. For me, still shoulders, but they're coming in. And front lats. Those are my 3 big, and again, all 3 of those have significantly improved. So I'm not worried about my legs or back, or arms. Obviously my legs, they're not ready for classic yet. They got some good size, but I still need more quads. I still need that thickness, and this off season I'm about to have should get me ready for classic next year. Because guys, I'm trying to get my pro card, and I'm gonna try to stay natural for 1 more year. After that, it's go time. So you guys just heard it there. So again, I'm trying to stay natural as long as possible, health wise. So I'm gonna talk to my coach after my next year, see what happens. So that is my goal. Long story short, I'm gonna be overtraining my shoulders 3 times a week. Everything else is still twice a week. For chest, upper chest, my chest has been growing. It's been growing. It's just so slow growing. So slow. It's my slowest growing muscle. It's always been that way. Because I never really had a chest. I never had to, before I started working out, I always had arms. That's why my arms are so fucking big. Because, before I started working out, I had no chest at all. None. I had to really work for it. And my back, honestly. I mean, I had some back muscles, but like, clearly not like now. But like, shit, I had to work my ass for them. And legs, too. I had no legs. So it's just, I'm just lucky, I guess, to be able to know how to work them out and force them to grow. So, again, all these years working out, it's just experience. So having different coaches and everything, so it's been really helpful. So yeah, guys, the cut is done. On my way, reversing out of my cut now, increasing carbs. Another thing for this, hold on, there we go. For this bulk, I'm not going to be pushing carbs too much now, because the thing is, when I'm bulking, like I said before, I hold a lot of water in my off season. So for me, I was eating about 500 grams peak of my bulk last year, which is a lot. That's where I got a little fat but I was strong as AF. I mean, I was strong as a motherfucker. I mean, I could push weight, lift weight, squat weight. And obviously that's the downside of being natural and being strong, is because you naturally you can't be fucking shredded and lift a ton of weight. It just is not going to happen. So I mean, the thing is, if you're natty, the thing is, the only way you can be strong is if you have some, milk on some meat on your bones. So it's just how it is. But again, because I'm in a pickle right now, because I want to toss weight my next bulk, but at the same time, I want to stay relatively, I wouldn't say lean, but lean enough to where I can see my muscles perfectly, to where I can see if they're growing or not. Because if I hold too much water, I'm going to get confused and be like, is that water or fat or muscle? I can't tell. So for this next bulk, I'm probably going to bring it to 400, no more than that. And that's good enough for me to feel good and lift some weight, and get my body adjusted to it. So, all right, guys, that's my plan. With my Natty Pro Card next year, that is my biggest dream right now. And I definitely have the potential to do that. I just got to keep improving. So, all right, guys, I'll see you later.